and welcome. Today we are looking inside of the 4016 Fat 40 Commodore PET. Just having a quick look inside the circuit board, and everything appears to be there. And I think indeed this machine may have been upgraded, but I'm not just sure, because I do see some empty sockets here. And indeed, I think they might be the RAM chips. There's another empty socket I'm curious about here. I'm not sure. But everything else, including the dust, seems to be original. The power supply does look a little on the rusty side, but you know, these things happen. I don't see any obvious signs of horrible, there's lots of dust in here. A couple of chips are socketed that I would suspect maybe they've been replaced, because a lot of these chips along here, especially, well, usually there was empty sockets here to put additional ROMs in, and some of the other major things were sometimes socketed, but these two here are, and they don't look like they have as much dust on them as some of the others, so I am suspicious that perhaps, maybe in an effort to fix the machine, or to fix the machine, or something, that they have been replaced. I just don't know. So it looks pretty complete. I have not turned it on yet, nor am I going to as of yet. I think I would like to try and get an idea if the power supply is happy or not. I suppose I should check and see if there's a fuse in there. I should. So besides, I'm sure you can see, if I take my finger and I put it in here and I rub along this chip, the chip gets a whole lot darker. Why? Because there's a lot of dust in here. And then, it's funny, the dust is so thick that if I use one finger on one chip, it doesn't clean the rest so well because the dust is still on my finger. So, a work in progress, to be sure. The keyboard appears to be in good shape. I don't see any obvious signs of anything except dust. There's a lot of dust in here. So, we shall see. Certainly, if it works, that would be great. There was a couple of people who had written to me, said they were looking for a Fat 40. Who knows? If it doesn't work, maybe it's somebody else's project. Maybe it's my project. Maybe little bits and pieces of it will end up going to all kinds of places throughout the world to help other machines live. One thing I do notice is the circuit board. It's held in by its little feet. I don't see any screws in it. Which, doesn't really make much difference. The little feet, there's one there. There's another, one, two, I can see three of them. With those in place, the board stays pretty well where it should. I think, just one last thing. I'm going to take a finger, just going to rub it across the circuit board. So maybe you can see better also. That is where I believe the missing RAM chips are, but also that is what more like the circuit board should look like, in that it's kind of a bright green rather than a dusty green. So, this is a 4016. This is the inside of a 4016. Let's see, what else can I say? Okay, this connector comes from the power supply to the main board. This connector goes up to the monitor. This connector goes to the keyboard. And that is about all she wrote. So, onward with this project, little by little by little. There are more pets coming to this room, which will soon be called the Pet Sanctuary. Thank you for coming. Stay tuned. Bye for now.